Good morning, our friends. It's Wednesday, and I'm with Cheryl, and Melania is with me, with her hat down. I'm just kidding. So we were just debating about something, and my mind is completely out of.
Do you want to go there right now?
First, I will say hello, Group 66, Mary S. and Judith, Paul, Mary Williamson,
Suzanne Borneman,
Mary,
Jenny W.
Laurie, yes.
Paul Freed. Do you want to get out your stuff? Dee Briggs.
Yeah, I'm taking the card.
Mayor S. EP, Cindy Faust, Patty Thompson. Good morning to every one of you. Judy Olette, welcome.
And Cheryl sent me last evening a video, and she said that people were asking about that young boy.
Yeah, there was a question that was given, and so I sent the article that went with it to Violetta for her impressions. And it was Starlight Glazer had asked, can you please read on Noah Presgrove, who was brutally murdered 8 months ago? Will those who were involved be caught, and the reason why they did this to Noah come out? And this is a picture. I'll get it up right now. This is a picture of him.
Young, 19-year-old boy, very good looking, tall.
Played football, ran track and cross country, and was on his high school's wrestling team.
And he went for a party. He left the party. He came back to the party. So we don't know why he left. And he was murdered because you can't say anything, beat up to the death.
Well, their ATV also rolled, but he was still alive when he came back to the party. But he was found.
And still went for a fight when he went back. So he was in good condition when he went to the party. And now the investigation is not criminal. It's not investigating a homicide.
Yeah, why?
Why? In my hand. It will be too expensive.
Really?
It will be too expensive, too much money under arms. Well, they can investigate Trump, but they can't investigate boy who was killed.
Is somebody's child prominent?
Okay, in the night I was going back and forward to that story because I couldn't. I'm always waking up a few times. And when I closed my eyes, I always saw a blondie, tall, big guy, sporty guy, the same probably age as him, with blonde hair. Blonde is orange, like Prince Harry has that, when he was younger, he has that orangey blonde hair. Now he has additions, but he looks okay with the additions. So that was the guy was hiding and looking at me from the distance. So I wouldn't be surprised, like he looked very much like Murdoch, the Murdoch family that was
the son and the father who was convicted.
It's not him, but it's just the same kind of generic, kind of related the physiology of those.
The physique was the same.
So the story is so puzzling because the boy came back for the party. The rollover of the vehicle but no one was killed. He was not by himself, probably. He went back. He was arguing with someone, so fighting probably, or fist fighting. His ribs were broken. His neck was hurt. His tooth, the last tooth, what do you call those?
The
molar was broken in half. His tongue was broken. His head was hit.
Yeah, sort of divided in two, so.
Yeah, he was naked. next on 5:30 or something, at 5 o'clock in the morning. September was still very warm last year in our province. We still have the summer, so he had two different shoes.
Two different runners, yeah.
It's so easy to find the DNA on the runners. Don't they have FBI or CIA, or no, FBI coming and helping? I know it's a small place, but they don't have the money and they are afraid of spending. Well, and someone, Murdoch was saying the same thing. The kids were, one boy was killed, and they were not investigated because some prominent family was, and when I'm seeing this boy, it looks like someone from prominent family was involved. Because maybe to me, it's the symbol of the prominent family.
So will it ever come out who actually did it? One, two, three.
They will have to take the shell first. So the shell, like walnut, you have to take the shell first off, and then you will see the inside. So they have to someone who is prominent in the hierarchy in that area. And it will be related to his nuts. But walnut is symbol of nut. Mm-hmm. And you have to open to see what is inside, if it's good or not. And it looks like brain. So they have to, because so many people are talking about this, I believe there will be more push to solve that problem. Oh, for a moment I said I have more questions like Monk than answers. But it's good when they will start asking questions. There must be DNA on the shoes inside, even if he was wearing after someone else's. So that person will have to testify. Who was in the party? Who was in that area? Oh, and I saw taking pictures. That person took a picture.
Who did it?
Who did it, was proud of himself. He wanted to remember that. And they should know whose cell phone was in that area.
Yes, Mrs. Monk. Unfinished that series, so I don't have to watch it anymore.
So she did, and I'm on the season 6, episode 5. So it's 2 more seasons for 16 each, and then 11 more from this one. Okay, that's a cheating. Someone who has power is on the top. Security, angel of security. They will get the money. And crying over the broken young boy. The parents are devastated. And but I don't see that maybe that they will eventually go who is the cheater, who is the one who is in control of everything.
This is for entertainment only?
Yes, very entertaining. Oh, very, like Monk.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm sitting on the edge of the chair. It's good because it's both of us, my husband and myself, we're watching. It's only 45 minutes and you don't have the baggage. Like yesterday we took two episodes. It's everyone one after another. I've never been that addicted to something for a long time.
Just a message to Paul. You're asking about the grandmother. Please do write a comment in Saturday's video, at the end of Saturday's video, and then you can be eligible for a complimentary half-an-hour reading with Violetta if you're the winner.
But you can always come for private reading if you can afford $100.
Yeah.
I need to, connect.
Because it's a personal question. There was one here that I saw from BP.
Hello, EP.
How are Trump's hush money trial lawyers feeling now that the jury is deliberating?
Okay, they were standing in front of the door waiting for Trump to get out. The two guys were calm, but his lawyer,
Blanche?
Helena Haba,
Oh, Helena Hubba.
Helena Haba, she was so itchy, anxious. It's like she is really worried. 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
Pull up the boats. There is a dangerous ride ahead of us. So they don't know what will be like. It is just, they know that there will be bumpy road. Feeling like a stars. Some secrets will still come out and they are afraid, or they are afraid that they might be beat up. Of course, everyone is, on that.
So will Trump turn on Todd Blanche?
Oh,
1,
that's his lawyer.
2, 3. Yeah, he gave the summation.
And he is looking at you like that, and he wants to kill you with his. No,
Trump wants to do that to Todd?
No, Todd is the one who is keeping the eyes like under his.
Oh, yeah, because he returned back to his seat after he gave it, and Trump, I think, looked at him, and then he looked straight forward. He didn't look at Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Or Trump was looking at the jury, I guess, maybe.
A lot of goals and plans, feel insecure, and it's probably, he feels powerful and strong. And there's a lady, that's his sister, daughter, or whatever. I don't know, but there is a lady. Maybe Helena Haba is the lady about money. She wants to.
Lara Trump was there.
She was there today. I didn't.
No, not today. Not today.
Today I saw Junior.
Okay.
Yesterday was Tiffany.
Tiffany and her husband, Lara Trump, and Lara was putting it out, support Trump, send money. And Eric talked.
She's more daughter than Ivanka. Ivanka didn't show up. She said, "Well, you were comparing me with Stormy and putting boundaries between you and me." But that was known a long time ago. And Ivanka was still working in the White House when we learned first time that Stormy said that he was comparing her.
Mary Williamson is asking, can you see if any of the MAGAs got to any of the jurors?
Well, that's the scary part.
1, 2, 3.
It's like ordering something by showing some card. Two jurors are
kind of worried.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very noble guys, but worry about something that they might be losing. But they will stand up. Eventually, I hope they will stand up. And I hope they are not going to fight for Trump, because I think they will stand up, and they might even, they don't want to say it because they will be removed from the jury. So they don't want to do that. And the other, those extra jurors were removed.
But they said that if somebody's having real problems and can't come to a solution, that the judge can replace them with the extras.
Yeah, but they were saying that today they were sent home and they can't come back.
They can't come back. Justice Warrior never got a notification. There were 3 notifications that were sent out. So please do resubscribe and press the bell.
Cheryl was doing this for 1 month. Thank
No,
you.
3 months. 3 months. I was knocked off every time. I didn't even get anything.
And so many of you, and I'm not the only one who has that problem. Well, I reached yesterday 39,500, but they said that I gained several new ones, but it doesn't show. It just show one more. So they must remove several. Even they are telling me that you gain it.
Irene LaCour is asking, will they ever hold the Supreme Court judges responsible for ethics?
Oh, that should be a...
Ocasio-Cortez wants that investigation open.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see a white fenced house with the short fence and white. The fence is. Thank you so much, Mary Williamson. It's a short
picket fence. Yeah,
picket fence. Fancy? Well, not fancy. Just typical. It shows you I'm not over important, but I'm important because I'm looking after my property. And someone is coming to the door with the letters. So they eventually will get some letters, maybe to come to the Senate and show
up.
The
Senate was asking Roberts to come and have a talk with them. Some people who are investigating
and
that.
Ocasio-Cortez and White House Senator Shelter White House is fighting for this. But they think, what can you do to me? You can dance on my teeth. That's the Polish way of showing you can do whatever you want, but you can get angry, but you can't do anything to me. I'm above the law. And tomorrow at 12 o'clock noon my time and 11 Linda's time, I will have Linda G. Comanche on my channel live. So please write me questions today so I can ask her. I have quite a lot. I have several already, but I can always use yours as well.
Chris Cross is talking here about Ohio, about not having Biden on the ballot.
But there was a moment that they put him on.
They're doing it. They're doing it by a different means. Here, I've got to bring it up.
They removed him. They didn't have him, and then they moved him.
The DNC will move to conduct virtual party proceedings to certify Biden and Harris as the Democratic Party nominee before Ohio's August 7th ballot certification deadline. This will take a big moment away from Biden and the party without the pomp and circumstance. But
we know that they have no competition, that they will be the ones, so that's nothing really. It's better to have this done.
Yeah, so it's not like they're not going to be there. They are going to be represented.
Yeah. Robert Kennedy Jr. is in trouble because he is not in every ballot.
Yeah, he's not in every state.
Not in every state on the ballot, yes.
Janet Robler, Robler, Robler. Do you see Adam Kinzinger becoming president of the U.S. one day?
I love him. I love that guy. He's brave. He's young.
Yeah, but he still is a very.
He is a Republican.
He is a Republican.
Yeah,
to the core. Yeah.
But I do like him. He has values. I don't care if someone has a good values, good program. They can be Republicans.
Yeah, it can go back and forth.
Yeah, as long as they can think straight and do good for the country. 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, they would like him, the rich donors, they would like him to puke everything what he said. So they would like him
To take it all back before they'll support him? Because he was thinking of running in 8 years. He says that the party needs cleansing, and it's not going to happen on the next.
But maybe that will be the different party, and he will be a good collector. He will take chances, and he will go to the top. But to make the decision, it will be something will be stopping him to make the decision. He's good. He has the potential, and that's what America needs, a young, vibrant, strong man to fight even for the presidency.
MBG is asking, is Elizabeth Warren contemplating the presidency?
She would love to. She will pray for it. But she knows that in 4 years she will be too old. So the last time she was the last horse standing, on the row, and 3 cards. And they didn't let her to be.
3.
The money she will have to collect, and she's good negotiator, but she can't run. That will be stopping her. She will be cutting on work. It's pity because Sanders was wonderful. Elizabeth Warren was wonderful. Those people that I did like, they didn't get the presidency.
Former Trump election attorney Jenna Ellis just had her, in Colorado, had her license to practice law suspended for 3 years over her attempt to help 45 steal the election. It's a good thing that they're using all these people in advance of what can happen to you if you follow the same way.
Yeah.
And it was, I appreciated that when we were talking about The Apprentice, we were thinking of the show Apprentice.
Yeah, because
we
that's
didn't
the
know
same
about the film.
Name, but that's in the film. It is about
Roy Cohn, and it's about Ivana being raped, and she did charge that or bring that up at one point, and then took it all back. I think that had something to do with the settlement or something.
Settlement and being scared.
Yeah, probably.
So eventually she won some money because otherwise she was going to get only $500,000 or 1 million from Trump. So she got some money and she withdrew that accusation. But everyone knew that was true.
And of course, it's about Roy Cohn, Trump's mentor and role model. Mm-hmm. And this is from it's just an amazing book. I keep on looking at it over and over again. House of Trump, House of Putin. It's The Untold Story of Donald Trump and the Russian Mafia by Craig Unger. Mm-hmm. But it talks about, I didn't know that he helped, he was the pitiless fixer for established fixtures such as Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, Rupert Murdoch, and others. He was working with the mobsters, Fat Tony Salerno, Carmen Galante, and John Gotti. Also was the hatchman for Senator Joe McCarthy. I mean, it's just amazing. And when you read that book, Marianne Cottonway, mm-hmm. her grandfather was in the mafia. And Michael Cohen has connections to the mafia through his family. And it's also in the book. And it talks about all these different people, how they're connected way back in, going into the mafia.
Michael Cohen was born in Ukraine. As a Jewish, he emigrated to USA. And he speaks perfectly Russian. Because
that helps when he was going over and doing his
negotiation about the Trump Tower in Moscow. And Roy Cohn was the lawyer who was working for Trump and his mentor. Mm-hmm. So Trump was the apprentice. Probably that's the reason they call him apprentice, because he learned so much.
But he did work for senior as well.
Yeah, and he eventually, he was hiding that he's a gay. Eventually he got AIDS, and Trump didn't even visit him because And the guy died as a poor. He bankrupt. I can't imagine him being so wealthy, so well connected.
Well, Trump discards everybody when they're no longer valuable to him.
But everyone else, look how many famous people he had.
That he took care of.
Yeah.
The fixer for.
And then he was completely, the punishment was harsh on him.
I remember when Trump had commented that Michael Cohen was no Roy Cohn.
Mm-hmm. But then the same name.
Yeah.
Family name. And both lawyers and both are from New York.
Mary Negrin is asking, can you please ask your guides if Marjorie Taylor Greene will finally tone down her harsh responses with all the negative posts about her online? Will she start behaving like an adult?
No, he will pull like teenagers in the movie Grease. They pull the pants and they make a
And mooned.
Yeah, she will do that to everyone. She doesn't have any scruples.
Will she get reelected?
I said that she will get money, and she collected the most money. So I was correct about that.
2, 3.
She will be still acting like a stupid teenager. King of love, because she is in love with Trump. And eventually she will have to watch what she is doing. After showing full moon, those boys were taken to the principal office. The principal couldn't figure out which one was doing.
When, because I'm optimistic, when Trump is convicted on this hush money trial, will a lot of the Republicans who supported him, said that they would back him and vote for him, will they start bailing? You always said that the fish rod from the head down.
The sum, regards.
1, 2, 3.
Some will stay a little bit further away from him. Not everyone. Some of them will love the smell of the rotten fish or rotten whatever underwear. For entertainment only. Violetta, behave yourself. You are not Taylor Greene. Yeah, they will still believe in him, that he is the magician. They will take the chances, and he will be able to cheat, going to the top and cheat with them. Well, apparently he collects $300 million, much more than Biden. So, he has a big chances to go his way. The funny part is when I learned that if he will be arrested, not only that he has to do the mark and print, they will have to check him for drugs.
Would they actually do that?
Every time that he would like to leave the area that he's in, so quite often they will be checking him for drugs if he is arrested. Even not staying in the home, having a home but if he would like to travel to other places, he has to go to the place, and they will check him for drugs, because that's rules.
They do it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Tiffany Trump and her husband joined Eric and Lara and Don Jr. in that recent court appearance on his last day there. Not the one where they did the closing arguments or anything. As a lawyer, what was Tiffany thinking when her dad ranted to the press before heading into court? Does she really believe that he's going to be convicted? I had asked you part of that question, and you said that
she would love to put the tape on his mouth.
Does she believe
as a lawyer?
Does she believe he'll be convicted?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
She believes that there will be some punishment, like in Poland, in school.
Grabbing your ear?
The teachers were allowed to grab your ear and pull it when you behave not nicely.
Mm-hmm.
And or take you to the principal's office by pulling your ear. My ears were small, still small, so I never was pulling my ear. I was afraid that if I will be naughty, then my ear will be the visual. As a kid, I thought I'm looking at the older grandpa, and you must have been a lot of time in the principal office. No, I wasn't. I said, look at your ears, they are so long. Honey, my nose is growing, my ears are growing because I'm old. So that was my grandfather's explanation, and I thought, I can understand this differently. There will be some judgment. And she thinks that he will be beat up. Even she feels that she loves him. But she thinks that he will have the judgment will be fair and he will be stabbed with the swords. We are talking about Tiffany.
And that's because he didn't have that affair at the time that he was married to her mother. Although he probably did have lots of affairs.
Her mother was all the time expecting him to do that and fighting with him. The police was coming and going from their house, so it was not that it was quiet marriage. She knew who she is with even before she was marrying him. So she is temperamental lady. We are talking about Melania Trump. And he was afraid of her temperament because she will speak up her mind. That's the reason she has a daughter lawyer.
Which is the reason why he married Melania, because she doesn't speak her mind. Well, in public.
In public. But you know what? I really feel sometimes sorry for her. That she is so abused that she can't.
Who, Melania?
Melania.
I don't feel sorry for her at all.
I feel she is. She can't leave him.
She can.
No,
everything is a choice.
It is.
She wants the money.
She feels that she will be separated from her son.
He's 18
now, but before she felt that way.
Yeah, but she's free to go right now.
She don't have the strength to stand up for herself.
Yeah, she got her agreements changed all the time.
Yeah, but that's the only way that by using lawyers, she's getting a little bit more and more and more about money. But I don't think she's happy, and she feels like she can't do anything.
Well, she may feel that, but we all have choices, and she chose.
And maybe he has something on her that...
Well, there was a time there where Trump was doing something. They weren't getting along. And she went down to Florida, and you said that she went into the safe and took something out of the safe.
She was looking in the safe.
She was looking. She couldn't find it?
Couldn't find it.
It was at the time
he was in Europe, and the Stormy Daniels story came up. And she didn't go with him for that, because that time she was doing trips with him. And she didn't go for that trip to Europe with him. And she went to Mar-a-Lago, and I said that she's going with the lighter and searching to the safes.
Because she was worried that the nude pictures were going to come up, which they did anyways before.
FBI was looking, they may found it. Yeah. So he doesn't have it, they have it.
Evelyn Martin is asking a Canadian political question. My daughter is wondering if Canada's Conservatives will follow USA with all the women's rights issues, like bans on abortions.
They would like to. They would love to do it. 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
I see protesters. And the good thing is that in Canada, the politicians are not allowed to take too much money from the people.
From donors, they're not.
They are only allowed $4,500, so they can't really be sold as easy as Americans.
You mean bought?
Bought or sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, the money will play a role. They will have a lot of goals, and they will be cheating No matter what, if they are going to the top, they would like to cheat. Because they would like to make more babies by forcing women to have more babies.
If they're white. Because, I mean, Tucker Carlson was in Alberta talking about they're taking away our culture.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd like all the immigrants out of here if they're not white.
Well, when I moved to Alberta about 5 years ago, there was no black people, hardly. There was 2 ladies. I was working at the mall as a salesperson, and one lady had her own boutique, bride and groom boutique, and there was another dark-skinned lady on the street, on the mall, and very nice. We were both sales girls, so we were hi, nothing more, because in Canada you say hi to everyone. And the boutique, the lady of the boutique, she was ex-model, and her husband was white, and she was very successful. That's it. And now when you go to the stores, it's more people dark than white. So he can't remove them. That would be a stupid idea that he can remove people with dark skin. It's part of who we are, and we are existing, and no one is complaining.
We all get together and get along and support one another, but it's nothing to do with race.
It's just
people could not like you because you're wearing a certain color
of the bra. I'm not wearing
hair color or socks or whatever. They can pick whatever they want. They'll always find fault if they're that type of a person. Jacqueline Robinson is asking about U.S. Senator Robert Menendez. Remember his wife?
Yeah.
A Democrat in New Jersey. And found they're in federal court for conspiracy. All that gold and all the rest of that stuff.
Yeah, golden nuggets. Oh, no, not nuggets, bricks that they have. And the gold has always the tracing point.
So they know where it came from.
Yeah, who bought them, who sold them.
If he is found not guilty, will he run for re-election on November so it'll be November the 4th and retain his Senate seat? They were talking about he wanted to run again, no matter what.
Oh, yeah, he wants to, because he's blaming his wife, who is fighting breast cancer. And she married him because he's much shorter than her, but much wealthier and better position. So, and much older than her. So it is a very good marriage. And he blamed her because she had connection with Lebanon, I think.
I don't know where they were.
But she was born somewhere in Africa.
C. Douglas is asking, how does Princess Catherine feel about the depiction of her in that painting? You know, the one that you said that doesn't look really like her much. It was a composite of a whole bunch of different paintings.
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
She's too polite to even have her opinion. She thinks it's art. Art is art. Might not be the best. But when we are looking on our pictures when we are doing so many videos, we are not paying any attention to it.
Yeah.
Last time Cheryl has in front of her Prime Minister of England, and we left that one because it was different.
Yeah.
So we are not paying. We are not paying too much attention to that. She's celebrating, going with love, and busy with, and she's feeling better. Apparently, she's getting out of the prophylactic chemo. I don't think there is anything like prophylactic chemo.
I don't know.
She was taking chemo because there was some.
You had one of those candies here, didn't you? I just have a tickle in my throat.
Oh, gosh. Is there any? Okay.
No, I may have one in my purse.
So there is nothing like prophylactics. She had a cancer. She didn't want anyone to know. She's very, very secretive, and she would be very polite. So she wouldn't make any opinion about if something is not pleasing her, because art is an art.
Yeah, and again, it's very subjective.
And it's subjective. And we want to look best when when the picture is taken. But after 7 years being on the camera, I'm not too, I'm not the same way as when I was young.
I never knew you when you were young.
Well, no, but I remember I took a picture for school. We had to have the school ID when we were going to school. So if you were somewhere in the city, police can ask you for your ID if you were doing something like smoking or sitting late in the park. So you always had to have your ID, and you couldn't go to the cinema with ID. And once I took a picture, and I thought that my eyes are so dark under, and I hated that picture. And my mom wanted to improve my self-esteem. She took that picture and the one that I approve, that I liked eventually, but I had to go 2 times to the photographer, and we were poor, so we didn't have too much money for wasting. So she sent those both pictures when they were looking for actress for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "You see, they both are invited. The one that you hated, I gave her your second name, Kinga, Violetta, and the first one, Violetta Kinga." And you have both invitations. So you don't tell me that you are not pretty. Like when you were I was 16 when they actually, that's happened, 16 and 1 week. And she wanted to improve my self-esteem. We have, when kids are very, very cautious about the self-esteem.
When I was in grade 8, and of course my hair is natural curling, normally those really tight curls. The one thing never to do when you cut your bangs,
don't cut them too short.
Cut below the fingers, not above the fingers. And it went into a sausage roll, and it was at the time of the school pictures. I still have that picture, but it's just awful. But it reminds me of what I did and my lesson I learned.
Yeah. And yeah, you have to wet your hair and go to your eyes so they are never too short. Well, we learned those lessons, but life is experience, and then we can laugh at this now. But
Yeah, it was a good lesson. I never did it again like that.
No, and I went for a haircut once because my 2 beautiful friends, they were twins, and they had huge eyes, and they were gorgeous. So they went for a short haircut because the much length cut was popular. And they said, "Viola, go for it." Yes, I went. I was 12 or 13. I left the hairdresser place and I'm going to the kiosk, and it's that high. And the guy is asking me, "What would you like, little boy?" For 1 year, whenever I saw my shadow, I hated. We have to go through it. And I never had short hair since that. Never. Thank you so much, Group 66. Thank you, honey. And how is your little puppy, Angel?
Christina W. Why is Biden willing to lose to Trump to defend the Israeli genocide of Palestinians?
Boy. He has to do it because he's forced. It's like someone is forcing him to do it. And you don't want to get money from us, we are not going to pay you if you are not. So that's the donors who are pushing him to do it, and they are Jewish donors. So he is doing whatever they are telling him to do.
When? 2, 3.
Not that I'm offending him, but that's how it is.
That's how it always is.
It's all for the money. He would like to love those people, and he would like to do it, and he thinks, oh, it's still a few more months, people will forget. They wouldn't. So the first moment when you told me that he went with Bibi and hugged him, I said, that's big. No.
It'll come down at the end to a different.
Yeah, but
The election will be based on something else.
it is. So,
Things are changing for the better, actually, because as stuff takes place over there, people are rallying all around the world in support. So we're all coming together as a unified humanity, which means that we're rising in vibration.
And Biden wants to be on both sides. He is pro-Palestinian, but he is sending the weapons to Bibi.
Now, Scotland's First Minister, John Swinney, I guess it's Swinney, is calling on the United Kingdom government to immediately recognize a Palestinian independent state and wants the next Prime Minister to follow Ireland, Spain, and Norway. Do you see the United Kingdom joining in this recognition?
Trigger.
1,
Confusing.
2, 3.
Josephine, Napoleon's wife, he loves her, but she was a cheater. But
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you so much, Susan. She was a cheater. She cheated on Napoleon when he was on the war. But she was French. That will be very, and still he forgive her. So I think that thank you so much. Who is that?
Suzanne Boardman.
Thank you everyone who is helping. And that's what I'm seeing, that there will be some cheating, but he will go what is right. So he will go with France, because Josephine is symbol of France. He will feel that will help him with re-election, that people will accept that, and he will get more donors and more people will be on his side. He's fighting to be re-elected. And I know I said that he will be re-elected, and the other guy showing me that has more.
Yeah, but things keep on changing. I mean, he's out there internationally as the leader.
Yeah.
There's a lot of conferences to go to.
And sometimes I'm predicting, like with the Super Bowl, and then I think, oh, I'm not even watching because I watched at the beginning and my group was losing, but at the end they won. So I have to go with the gut feeling at the beginning.
And I'm sure I'm going to mispronounce this.
Yes, Susan, yes.
This ain't Jim Beam. Several countries are now granting Ukraine permission to use their weapons in Russian territory. Will the U.S. allow Ukraine to do this also?
Yes. Oh, yeah, I said yes. Eventually they will, because it's like backstabbing them. Mm-hmm. They are giving them weapons, but you can't use outside your border, and the Russians are using from outside. 3 cards. Mm-hmm. Why are you laughing?
A comment that Esther has made.
Mm-hmm. And I believe that they will, because there is so many countries who are signing petition. Mm-hmm. Biden will be still sleeping on it, but then eventually they will let them to win. It's so late. They should let those weapons to go to reach Ukraine much early, because so many casualties. Kharkiv is so bombarded, mm-hmm. and they can't protest, and they can't protect themselves. So, we will give you honey, but it's after midnight, so go to sleep and wait till tomorrow morning. No.
Esther Whittle was commenting about my story about my hair. Talking about school photos, when my lovely daughter was in first grade, I was in 8th grade. I should have known better. She accidentally cut her hair above her left ear the day before school photos. At least she learned her lesson early. I hadn't cut my hair up to that point.
Yeah. And I was going for my first communion, talking about bad hair.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom put beer with sugar liquid on my hair and rolled them, and I look like white afro. My gosh, we couldn't push the brush through the hair. It's like that.
What'd you do?
Wet, and my father was standing with blow dryer and drying, and I was crying. I was waiting for this day. It's like a wedding day, and you destroy me. And I was sleeping on those fabric cut pieces, and then they roll it. I'm sorry.
Suzanne Borneman is asking, will Michael Cohen run for Congress?
Is that? 3 cards. One? Yeah.
2.
Will Michael Cohen run for Congress? I see him opening some doors. Even he has not the best reputation, but he has so much publicity. People knows him. He will sleep on it. He will be popular. He will have to make that decision. I don't know if he's ready now because he was so beat up in that court. No one was
Maybe
saying.
he needs to rest a little bit first.
No one was saying how bad the liar was Trump, and he attracted someone who is the same way with him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's.
E.G. Carroll's lawyer is considering a new lawsuit after Trump's Memorial Day attack on Carroll. Will she sue, and what will be the outcome?
Okay.
First of all, is she going to sue? This is the second time, but this one was bad. He went back again right to the very beginning. How much she's lying. Never happened.
Somehow his brain went with some gases. I'm promising myself that I will be more.
That you're going to behave?
Behaving.
Maybe on the weekend.
No. My husband is always telling me, I will record you one day. I will record you with your big mouth. So I'm worse on the weekends.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, she will, because she has open book and she can go for it. I don't know if he already paid her for the other stories.
I think the money was in holding, and I think he's
because he is
or something.
reappearing. So yes, she will go and be reunited. Her lawyer will do a good job. She will do with him. Yeah, another judgment. Very good, very good. I was going to say bardzo dobrze in Polish. Good job, Trump. Do it more.
Suzanne Borneman had asked, do you see Fox News being held accountable for continually promoting 45's lies that turn out to be so dangerous, especially the latest where Fox stated that Biden ordered the DOJ or the FBI to use deadly force to harm 45?
And Jack Smith asked Judge Cannon to put the
gag order
on Trump, and she said, I will put gag order on you because you didn't communicate it enough with his lawyers. So she's taking Trump's side, obviously.
She's been doing the entire time.
Yeah. And at the beginning, I saw when you asked what was her connection with Trump, I said she was his daughter in the previous life. And she's acting like blind person. She's doing so.
So will Fox be held accountable for continuing to spread the lies?
Might take a while. I don't see anything yet. 3 cards.
1, 2.
It will come out of the cave, and we have the moon, symbol of secrets. We will see something. A lot of work will have to be put to charge them. And the grass is greener, so they might be paying some extra money.
So they'll settle out of court?
Out of court, probably. So that's the reason I'm not seeing them being... But they will have to kind of put the lid on themselves sometimes.
And there was one here about Delia is asking, it's wonderful what you do and I enjoy listening. Do you have anything to say about the Balkans and what will happen there this year?
Balkans are countries around Balkan Sea. I'm from Poland. So Russia is touching a little bit in Kaliningrad. They have a little part of connection to that Balkan Sea, but then they have to go through Belarus, I think. No, not Belarus. It's part of through Poland and Lithuania. I think they have to get to that. So they are separated. They can't put the connect straight. They have to go by flying. And 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
Something again related to the underwater oil connection, but I don't know if it is this year. So we will be learning something. They will be doing, the grass will be greener, so they will be trying to reconnect with those countries. And of course, they will be cheating. So Russians will be cheating, doing something that is not legal, and then accusing others for that they did that. Because they don't want to send too much gas to Europe.
Maggie is writing, my son shaved half his eyebrow off when he was in 1st grade. Lori Sue, Craig and Climate says, I stopped receiving dolls as a child because I practiced becoming a hairstylist a bit early in life. No
Me
doll's
too.
hair was safe from scissors. I did that to a 3-foot walking doll and the hair did not grow back.
I learned that very fast. But my mom was saying, it's your doll. Whatever you do to her, remember that she will look that for the rest of your life. And that what was warning. But I will cut a little bit, Mommy. I will cut a little bit. And I was making my own dresses very early, 6, 7. The doll was undressed, and I was making the new outfits.
And so for the rest of these questions, I take a screenshot and they'll be addressed at another time.
Mm-hmm. I will ask everyone if you have any remedies. I'm taking magnesium, but I have so many cramps in legs, especially on my feet during the night. I'm going and drinking vinegar from cucumbers, from beets. It's helping, but it's making me very much in pain to go to the kitchen, to open the fridge and drink that cold drink. Do you know why I'm experiencing this? My magnesium is supposed to be good because I'm taking my everything so far. He said my results are good.
Yeah, your results are good so far.
But I'm getting those cramps in the night, especially around 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning on the feet.
For prayers, Lori Sue Craig and Clement is still asking for prayers for her dog, Dulcina. I don't know how to pronounce that. I never will.
What? Dulcina.
The accent is on the end. So she's asking for continued prayers for that. BP is asking prayers for the jurors. Hope that they do the right thing.
Oh, yes, we have to pray that they will be able to stand up for the historic time that they are chosen to be in that jury, and they will be manifesting what is right,
Mm-hmm.
and they will be smart and above the law. Well, because not above the law, but they will have the power of the law. They have as much power as Supreme Court right now.
Well, and Trump, he is being judged by his peer, by fellow New Yorkers.
Mm-hmm.
But he wants to be judged by the ones who are corrupt, like him. That's his peers in his mind. There's some responses about the cramps. Water helps leg cramps.
I'm drinking a lot of fluids in the night.
Lily Rose, the planet Jupiter, is responsible for that part of the body.
I should be.
Stay away from salt, Justice Warrior is saying.
My salt is on lower level always because my salt is on higher level. Okay, because I have to take potassium, so my salt is too much. Okay, I will try.
And Judith is saying that low potassium can cause leg cramps, so try bananas.
I'm taking bananas and I'm getting potassiums.
And I is saying I was told to take Rutin decades ago. It's part of vitamin C. That's an A vitamin for leg cramps.
I'm taking
again potassium for cramps.
C.
Liquid IV gets rid of leg cramps. Tonic water.
Well, I will try at everything. Thank you so much.
So please do write your questions
for Linda
for tomorrow.
And please watch us
at 12 o'clock Mountain Time. It's 11 o'clock Linda's time, and it'll be on Violetta's channel as well. Please,
garlic, okay.
Please put in the comments as well lots of questions that you would like asked, because Friday night Violetta does the one that she does by herself, gets the questions, and
that will help me to find the good questions for myself.
Yeah, and what she does is her process is, when the questions are asked, she gets a vision in her head, then she has to write the question down, plus write the vision down, and then she draws 3 cards at the end. So it's a long process for her to do the Friday night ones.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay. You do it. You start Friday afternoon when you're at work.
Yeah.
But she'll be posting on Saturday morning, and at that video, after the video is posted, please do write your or write comment, because that'll be in the draw for next Monday.
Okay. All the best to everyone who needs any help, who is feeling lonely, hungry, unwell, or in a hospital struggling with some illnesses. We want to send those people good energy, and people who are in war zones, that they will be safe from the drama, and the war will be ended soon. All the best to everyone.
And the rest of the Granny's advice that you're passing on, I've taken screenshots, and I'll
you will sure
let you know the different types of things to try.
Thank you so much. See you tomorrow with Linda. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
As long as I don't